Welcome to the Bureau of Justice Assistance's Body-Worn Camera Policy and Implementation Program, or BWCPIP, Performance Measures Training. My name is Kerwin Henderson, and I'm the BJA Training and Technical Assistance Specialist on our Planning, Performance, and Impact team. The purpose of this training is to provide an overview of performance management at BJA and to review how to report BWCPIP performance measures. To give you a brief agenda for this training, this presentation will provide an overview of performance management at BJA and explain the performance measurement process and its importance to grantees and to BJA. We will then cover the what, where, when, and how of performance measure data reporting in the Justice Grant System, or Just Grants. We will end by providing some data reporting tips and best practices, as well as contact information and resources to assist you as you are reporting. As you are aware, as of January 2022, rather than report in the Performance Measurement Tool, or PMT, BWCPIP grantees report performance measures in Just Grants. We understand that there may be confusion about which help desk to contact if you have questions or issues about your performance measures or the reporting system report in, so I will provide some brief information about the support available. Please contact the PMT help desk if you have questions on performance measures or to schedule a Welcome to BJA performance management session, and contact the Just Grant support team for questions about Just Grants account creations, navigating Just Grants, unlocking Just Grants accounts or help with passwords, user roles and permissions, error messages in Just Grants, or uploading performance reports from the PMT into Just Grants. As a tip, just remember that for performance measures, contact the PMT help desk, and anything Just Grants related, contact the Just Grants support team. The work you do as grantees is vitally important, so I will explain performance measurement and briefly describe its importance to the work you do to BJA and beyond. Performance measurement is a process by which grantees regularly collect data on their grant activities to determine whether they are implementing activities as intended and achieving desired goals and objectives. That process helps to tell the story of you, the grantees, and your programs through data and assessment. Performance measures are used to capture inputs, outputs, and outcomes over time. Performance measures also allow for pre- and post-program implementation analysis that can be used to assess change as your program evolves. BJA has established performance measures for each grant program. These measures can be found at the link shown here and are included in your program solicitation. These measures may be updated throughout the life of your program. Understanding the importance of performance measurement ensures strong program development. Performance measurement provides opportunities to improve existing programs and create ideas for new ones by showing raw outputs of program data. Performance measurement allows you, as grantees in BJA, to answer the who, what, where, and when of your programs. For BJA, performance measures provide a holistic view of your programs to identify areas of success and potential opportunities for improvement. In addition, this information allows BJA to identify and create targeted TTA to help you as the grantee as you continue through the performance management process. Not only that, but collecting measures also helps the Department of Justice comply with the reporting requirements of federal law. This includes the Government Performance and Results Modernization Act of 2010, the Digital Accountability and Transparency Act of 2014, the Foundations for Evidence Policymaking Act of 2018, and the Grant Reporting Efficiency and Agreements Transparency Act of 2019. Performance measurement provides a tremendous benefit to you as a grantee. It can help you proactively address challenges and generate evidence that you are meeting your goals and allowing you to show the impacts of your program and organization. We will now discuss what data you have to report, where to report it, when you have to report, and how to report it. For the BWCPIP, BJA collects three types of data from grantees. The first type of data collected by BJA are your program performance measures. The performance measures for your program are a series of questions that measure outcomes of grant activities. The second type of data collected by BJA are narrative questions, which are a series of narrative response questions related to the grantee's specific goals, objectives, barriers, and successes. Finally, closeout questions are a series of questions grantees only respond to when grant activity is completed and the award has ended. At the first link listed on this slide, you can find a PDF version of the BWCPIP Performance Measures Questionnaire. You can use this questionnaire as a guide to track required data throughout the reporting period. When it is time to report, you can report the required data into Just Grants. BWCPIP performance measures have been revised since reporting in the PMT, so please be aware to review all performance measures and reach out to the PMT help desk if you have questions. Please note the PDF version of the questionnaire shows new BWCPIP categories 3, 4, and 5 with associated skip pattern logic that will be deployed in Just Grants in FY23. Please follow question logic for categories 1 and 2. If you would like the version of the questionnaire you will see when reporting in Just Grants, please reach out to the PMT help desk. More information on performance measures can be found on the BJA Performance Measures website linked on this slide. As a reminder, as of January 2022, BWCPIP grantees have transitioned from reporting performance measures in the PMT to reporting in the Just Grants system. Just Grants is the online system required for grantee performance measurement reporting and grant management. You can access Just Grants, resources, and training through the links provided on this slide. Contact the Just Grants support team for Just Grants system-related questions. For BWCPIP, you're required to submit performance reports and narrative questions semi-annually in January and July. The last reporting period of the award requires the performance measures, narrative questions, and closeout questions. It is due 120 days after the award end date. Once you open a funding award, you are presented with a list of current tasks and the assigned user for that task. If you are the assigned user, you will see a begin link associated with each task. You must click the begin link in order to edit a task. Grant award administrators will also be able to access the programmatic task. Selecting begin on this line allows a grant award administrator the ability to edit all tasks associated with an award, including performance reports, grant award modifications, deliverables, and initiate and close out. To view all delinquent reports, please log into Just Grants and view your work list located on your home page. We will now get into more detail regarding the BWCPIP questionnaire and performance measure reporting. There are 3 question types that you will report each reporting period. Multiple choice questions provide multiple response options, and grantees should select the response that best reflects the project's activities during the reporting period. Multiple response questions allow grantees to select all responses that reflect their project's activities during the reporting period. Open text questions may request numeric and text responses. If you do not know a data point, it is acceptable to report 9999 or for unknown or not applicable. Finally, the Just Grants system has built-in skip pattern logic based on the responses to other questions. Therefore, answer every question that appears. This slide provides the performance measure section of the BWCPIP questionnaire. The first page of the BWCPIP questionnaire is the General Award Administration page. The first question asked every reporting period is if this will be the last reporting period you will have data to report. By responding yes, the system will prompt you to answer closeout questions. In doing so, will generate a final report. Only respond yes if you have completed all grant activities and the award is ending. Additionally, on this page, you will be asked if you initiated or maintained contact with the TTA provider during the reporting period. This section should be answered if there are any officer trainings on the use of body-worn cameras conducted during the reporting period. Please ensure that if you entered a total number of hours of body-worn camera training that occurred, you also must enter the total number of officers who received the training in the next question. All grantees should answer this section regarding the acquisition of body-worn cameras. Note the first question, enter the total number of body-worn cameras that were proposed to be acquired as a part of your grant funding. In the subsequent question, report the total number of body-worn cameras that have been acquired using BJA grant funds, as well as through other funding sources since the beginning of the program. In this section, you will identify the goals you want to achieve with your funding. Once submitted, only your grant manager can approve changing these goals. Set specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound goals, also known as SMART goals, to clarify the scope of your priorities. If you have multiple goals, provide updates on each one separately. All grantees should complete this section. When responding to the narrative questions in Just Grants, you need to define the goals you have for your program. Keep in mind, goals should be S-M-A-R-T or SMART. It is good practice to review your goals on a regular basis and assess how you are doing. Make sure your data to describe how you are doing also. Also, use anecdotal evidence to show the good work you are doing. On the right of the slide are a few examples of well-defined SMART goals that will set this program up for success. While the goals on the left are great goals, they are not specific enough to be able to measure success. The goals on the right are SMART defined goals. Again, the Just Grants question set has skip pattern logic. Therefore, answer every question that appears. Numeric fields require an entry. If you have an unknown or not applicable value, enter 9999. Do not forget to submit your completed question set. Narrative questions allow for you to explain any data that you entered needing more content. If you are unsure of how to respond to a performance measure, contact the PMT Helpdesk. We would also like to share some tips to improve data quality that your program can incorporate from the beginning. We recommended that a design staff person can coordinate all performance measure data collection and entry to ensure consistency. If this is the first time you enter your report data, make sure you are familiar with the data you need to collect and report. You can do this by reviewing the PDF version of the questionnaire. Designate a backup person or persons and ensure they are aware of the data collection and reporting process. If needed, they can fill in for the designated staff person if the primary is unavailable or leaves the room. Be mindful of the validation alerts built into the Just Grants questionnaire. Data verification outreach may occur if needed. We would like to point out some of the resources we have available to assist you as you report your grant activity. Specifically, the BJA Performance Measures webpage contains some foundational information about performance reporting at BJA, contact information for the PMT Helpdesk and Just Grants support team, and links to the Just Grants reporting system. The links to the Just Grants reporting system, the BJA YouTube channel, and the BJA multimedia page. Archive training on specific program performance measures and performance report submissions are saved to BJA's YouTube channel and linked on BJA Performance Measures webpage. Additionally, you can find the contact information for BJA, including contact information for your state policy advisors and grant manager. Once again, for BWCPIP performance measure related questions, please reach out to the BJA PMT Helpdesk. Our office hours are Monday through Friday, 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Time, except for federal holidays. We strive to return every email within 24 hours, so please do not hesitate to send us an email, even after business hours. For Just Grant system-related issues, including creating or unlocking accounts, contact the Just Grant support team. The Just Grant support team's hours are 5 a.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Time, Monday through Friday, and on Saturdays and Sundays, Sundays, and federal holidays from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern. This concludes this presentation. Thank you.